Hello, hope you're doing very well. Um, I hope you're understanding my notes and the videos that I've had you look at. I think most of them are pretty good. What I'm going to do today here is, you've heard a video on Neville's interpolation. I think the girl did a pretty good job with it. However, I think she was clumsy. Maybe that's not the best word. It was hard to follow how she plugged the numbers in to get her interpolation. So therefore, what I'm going to do here is crunch the numbers. That's all I'm accomplishing here. So hopefully you have your notes out, or my notes actually, the ones I gave you, and follow along. I'm going to go through these calculations right here that you already have. So get out the notes, and hopefully this will explain it a little bit better, how to do it, and get a little clearer in your mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to calculate the value that goes there. The way we do that is we're going to use these 2 points. Something else I need to say, Neville's interpolation is an extension of Lagrange. And if you remember Lagrange, when you compare 2 points, you had a line. You compared these 2 points, you get a line, or one approximation with the line. When we go to this level, now from here to the next one, we'll compare 3 points. The next one, we'll compare 4, 5, etc. And we'll be more and more accurate with each step. Okay, so let's look at this. What we're going to use is we're going to use these 2 points right here. Let's mark them right here. X0 and X1. So let's get rid of that mark. So the way that this is going to be called 0.01, because those are the X values it comes from. And the way we do this, we take the top number, 0.9054, times X minus the X value at the bottom, 1.4, minus, and now we take the bottom number, 1.3215, times X minus 1.0, the top X value. And that gets divided by 1 minus 1.0. Let's put the decimal in there. 1.0 minus 1.4. Now, that's the general equation. We have X. We can plug in any value we want for X. However, if you look at the notes closely, you'll see that we're approximating for 1.5. So actually what we do is we take the 1.5 out, the X out, and replace it with 1.5. This allows us to get an actual number. So if we do the computation here, this number comes out to be 1.425525. Now, please type it in your calculator to see if you get that number. If you don't, you're probably typing in something wrong. So keep trying with your calculator until you get this number, because I'm pretty sure it's right. Okay, so 1.425525. That's that number right there. So we used these 2 values here to get that number. So what do you think we're going to use to get this number here? We're going to use those 2 values. Yes. And that's going to be 0.1, 2, because it's coming from these 2 values here. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We take the top, 1.3215 times X, and we know that we're approximating 1.5, so we can go ahead and write 1.5, minus 1.6, minus, now we take the bottom, 1.52, and some more numbers, 1.8. We're approximating 1.5, and we subtract 1.4. Then on the bottom, we take the 1.4 minus the 1.6. And let me double check to make sure I got that right. Yes, and if you type that on your calculator, you're going to get 1.42165. 1.42165. Okay, so I showed you how to get these 2 numbers. All the other numbers are calculated similarly. I'm going to pause for a moment, put some more numbers up, and we're going to calculate another one of these numbers just to get a good feel for it. So hold on just a moment. Okay, well, that moment has passed. We've rested for a moment. I filled in 4 more numbers, and we're going to find this one right here. Now, where does this one come from? Well, you look to the left. It's going to come from these two numbers right here. Okay, so this is going to be point. What point is this going to be? This number comes from 3 and 2. This number comes from 1 and 2. So this is 1, 3. Actually, this comes from 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, I just put the lower bound and the upper bound on the interval. That's the way I'm writing it. That also tells me which x values I will be using, in this particular equation. Okay, so what do? We take the top number, 1.42165, 165 times 1.5 is what we're approximating. We're going to subtract off 1.9 here, minus, and then we take, that was the top one, so now we take the lower number, 1.43533, 1.5 minus our upper value, and I should have gone ahead and marked them like this, so I don't have to. Okay, and that's minus 1.4. In our denominator, we get the 1.4 minus 1.9. Compute that out. You calculate that out. You get 1.4243866. And so that number goes 1.424386. Okay, so you see the same pattern is taking place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these two numbers in. I'm going to pause, fill these two numbers in, and then we'll do the last number. Okay, we're back again, and now we're going to get this final number here. Well, first of all, what point is it? Point subscript what? Well, this number, if we get all the way to the right side of the interval, it comes from 0.4. And this one, it came from here, 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 here. That's 0.04. That came from, this is where all four of the numbers are used in the interpolation. And we do the math the same way. We take this top number, 1.42345.7. We're approximating 1.5, so we put that number, and then we put in, that's there, so we use this here, 2.0 minus bottom number, 437017. We're approximating 1.5, and then we subtract off the top number, which is 1.0. Then down here, we take the 1.0 minus the 2.0. That's nice. So we're going to be dividing by 1. And let's verify I got everything right. Actually dividing by -1. But we end up with 1.430237.430237. Okay. Now between having my notes and having seen me compute 4 of these values here, I think you should have any trouble coming up with this interpolation for Neville's interpolation, put it that way. Now, if you're tested on this, how will I test you? Let me get the picture. If I test you on this, how do you think I'm going to test you? Well, I'll show you what I'll do. I'll just take one of these numbers, erase it, tell you to find it. I've got to take more than one. And there'll probably be a line there. And the question will be fill in the blanks. So that should give you plenty of enough information that you should be able to handle these problems. Good luck.